like to welcome Mark Allgaier to the show. Mark is the owner of Cumberland Brews on Bardstown Road. Welcome, Mark.
Oh, thank you.
I've had the pleasure of being in your business, but you tell us a little bit more about what you do, what your business is all about.
Well, I have a restaurant and brewery. I've had it in the Highlands for right about 7 years. We kind of balance making beer as well as a restaurant on site.
Mm-hmm. So you actually brew beer?
Yes, we do.
On site?
Yes, we do.
Is this original brew? Does it have Mark's label on it or something?
Well, it has Cumberland's label.
Really?
Yes.
Fantastic. I understand that you decided to make Cumberland Brews a smoke-free facility several months before the ordinance, or the expanded ordinance, went into effect. That was a pretty gutsy move, I think. Could you tell us how you got to that point? What caused you to make that decision?
Well, it just wasn't my decision. It was kind of employee-driven. During employee meetings, they came to me and said, hey, you know, let's try this out. Let's go no smoking. Mm-hmm. Given that, you know, just our clientele and the type of employees I have, you know, they're thoughtful, they're responsible. They're a little younger than me, I guess. But I was hesitant. I went along with it, and it worked out really well. Uh-huh. It did.
Did you have any anxiety about doing this?
Oh, sure. Anytime you make a change like that, you know, you worry about what would be the outcome of it. But I'm really glad I did it. Uh-huh. I really am.
How did you advertise to your patrons that you were going to do this? I mean, did you count down? How did you let them know it was coming?
No, we didn't. We just one day put up a sign.
Just one day put up a sign?
Yep, and said, well, we're not smoking in here anymore, picked up all the ashtrays, and that was it.
And nobody walked out the door?
Nobody did.
Maybe the beer's too good.
It might be, I hope.
But what was the reaction of the people who were your patrons?
There were very few complaints. Mostly we got compliments. You know, the inconvenience of a few is a convenience for many. Mm-hmm. They like it. They really do. You know, the place is cleaner. You can bring children in and not feel guilty about that. Mm-hmm. A lot more compliments, definitely so.
There's been a lot of hype leading up to this, mostly from business owners, that this was going to dramatically hurt their business. It was going to put them out of business. They were going to lose a lot of money. What's been your story in that regard?
I would think that that is overhyped. That's not true. People are just as happy going out, enjoying taking a deep breath of fresh air in their local restaurant as, you know, other people have enjoyed in other cities now. Mm-hmm. So I just don't see that. Mm-hmm.
I want to compliment you on a couple of things, not the least of which is that you listened to your employees that brought you an idea, and you listened to them and you enacted it. What's been their reaction to this whole move? I think both the change in the offering in smoking not being available and your ability to listen to them as a staff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely so. I mean, you know, they're the ones that have their, you know, thumb on the pulse of the place, you know, and so it is really important that I listen to them. Mm-hmm. Decisions that I make, if I make by myself, I would not feel comfortable with that. Mm-hmm. Definitely not.
It must be great to work for somebody like that, though, that you know that you can say something to your boss and they're going to listen to you and not just ignore you, and in fact turn it into a policy decision around the business itself.
Oh, I know it, and you know, I think more people ought to listen. You know, definitely so.
I completely agree with you on that. Has there been any instance since you've done this where someone has tried to light up, or
not
just been
one.
like, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and light up a cigarette anyway, no matter what he says?
Nope, not once, and I think that's great.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it shows responsibility about it. It really does.
Well, I know that I remember that the press conference announcing the new ordinance was actually held in your establishment. It was great to see the mayor there and several other people from the medical society. That was, I think, a testimony to the fact that you were willing to take the risk.
Oh, that was a treat for us. That really was. I mean, that was great.
Only thing missing was no beer during the middle of the day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Mark, how would you summarize your experience with the new smoke-free law?
It's been good. It's a good experience. I think it was a great decision. I really do. You know, it was so nice to go to other cities and be able to go out to restaurants and your clothes not smell like smoke or have to sit in a smoky atmosphere. And now that we have this in Louisville, it's just another thing to be proud of. It really is.
Well, I really want to thank you for taking the stand and for doing this, listening to your staff and we're going smoke-free before the ordinance even took effect. I certainly want to thank you for coming on Health Matters, and congratulations on everything that's been. Hope the business just goes through the roof from this point on.
Oh, me and you.
Thanks so much for coming on.
Oh, thank you.
Next, learn ways to help you stop smoking with Ellie Schweitzer and Ben Show, right after this.